Hi folks, Stephen here. I want to tell you about the Gospel of Judas. I've watched some videos recently about the Gospel of Judas. I just don't feel like there's enough good information out there about it, so I hope this video will help remedy that. I wrote a book, the Book of Judas, about the Gospel of Judas, so I hope you'll check that out if you're interested in this for a lot more explanation and detail. That's what it's all about. Basically, Jesus gave Judas a secret prophecy, apparently the night before they were both killed, and Judas wrote it down as a non-suicide note, like in case you think I committed suicide for thinking that I was upset over what I did. I didn't, which I think will resonate with some people today based on some current events in our media, but in our current history. Basically, the prophecy that Jesus gave Judas was part of it. The prophecy was that he would be hated for a very long time, possibly 2,000 years, the way he describes it. And that part came true thanks to the fact that the people who didn't want this and other messages from this particular gospel to be spread destroyed every copy of it they could find by the year 200 AD. So we don't know exactly when it was from. I think it may have been from the night that Jesus told Judas these things, and then translated or handed down into other in other editions and other copies until they were destroyed. Now, there's a lot of books of the Bible or a lot of books that aren't in the Bible, but books from that time, or Gospels and scrolls and things from that time, that people say are possibly false. I'm not sure that any of them are false, for one reason, because maybe some of them are false, but I'm not sure that nearly as many of them they think are false, because for one thing, Jesus did a lot of things, as we know from the Bible. Jesus did a lot of things that he told people to keep secret. And if these secrets came out in some form, or then were repressed or things like that, then yeah, some of these things that were kept alive could be secrets that not everybody knew about, or that didn't come out till later, or that were attempted to be suppressed but survived. That's the case with the Gospel of Judas. We only have one copy, and we don't have much of it. A lot of it's been destroyed and degenerated. But they did just find some new scrolls in the Cave of Horror earlier this year. The day after my book that mentions the Gospel of Judas came out, the news came out, they found some more. I feel like it's divine providence to relate these things. The gist of the message of the prophecy that Jesus gives Judas is that the other disciples and the other church that will be made in Jesus' name will have gotten it wrong for a really long time, and then it'll need to be replaced, and will be replaced by Judas's church that is not about war and not about hatred or any type of opponent or anything. It's this mutual thing. It's the opposite of what evangelicals believe. A lot of evangelicals believe that humans are so flawed that the reign of humanity will always be wrong until Jesus can come down and have a divine reign to replace it. What Jesus is actually saying is there are evil spirits at work, evil forces at work through humans, but evil forces at work that will be operating on humanity for a period of time that will then, their time will be over and they'll be replaced when Judas's time comes. So I interpret Judas's time coming to mean the time of humanity, the time when people for the first time can actually rule themselves instead of being ruled by evil powers working through evil people, evil tyrant types. Now here in America and other countries, we have been pioneering democracy, but in America we haven't gotten to it yet. It's been an ideal that there's still huge resistance to, even now, even when we're closer and have the access to be able to give everybody a voice and the ability to participate in democracy. We have the strongest forces trying to stop that as well. And so hopefully those can be defeated and we can have democracy. But not just hopefully, this is a prophecy that Jesus gave Judas. So it does give us hope. It is hopeful and it gives us hope. But it's not just hopeful, because the other part came true, partially thanks to the people who wanted to destroy it, that made it a secret for 2,000 years. That part came true, that Jesus told Judas, you'll be despised for eons or something, for a long period of time, and then you'll be redeemed. Well, the redemption hasn't happened yet, although it's been anticipated in some forms of art. Again, some of that I mentioned Lady Gaga's Judas in my book and explore some of that too. But I explored the Gospel of Judas, which is pretty short and you can read it for free online. I go through that line by line and explain a lot. And there's a lot in it, even though it is short. including that Jesus could turn into a child, appear as a child right off the bat, just wow. Including that Jesus tells them to stop sacrificing animals. And Jesus seems to be cool with them being gay, or with there being, what if people think that we're gay? He's like, that's okay. And he seems to laugh at a lot of the disciples' ideas of things and suggest to them that they're worshiping a different God than the one he really is, or the goddess that he's from the realm of Barbara, that Judas seems to understand. It's a lot. It's a lot in a short amount. And it seems a little bit overwhelming, but that's why I wrote a book about it, to spread it all out and explain it. So I hope you'll enjoy that as well if you've enjoyed this video. And just, comment, and I'll discuss with you here in the video or in my other videos about the Church of Judas, which I have some videos about that. And this is my first one specifically about the Gospel of Judas. So I hope you've enjoyed it and see some of my other stuff. And talk to you soon. Thanks. And check out The Art of Betrayal by God, the BLM prequel, and the book based on the Gospel of Judas, the Book of Judas. Thank you, and hope you have a great day. Jesus bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you. And bless yourself.